On the record in state of Michigan versus Marlon Blackwell, 2303377FY.
Assistant Public Defender Joseph Hardy on behalf of Mr. Blackwell is hearing the apology.
And you, sir, you are Marlon Blackwell?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Blackwell, today is the date for your arraignment. What I have here is a felony complaint. This alleges on or about between the dates October 14, 2023 and November 9 of 2023 in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan, in count 1, conspiracy to commit witness intimidation, committing a crime threatening to kill or injure. That you did unlawfully conspire, combine, confederate, and agree together with Lamar Kemp, Jessica Baum, Eliana Jackson, and or other unknown persons to commit the following listed offense. Discourage or attempt to discourage an individual from attending as a witness, testifying, or giving information at an official proceeding by threatening to kill or injure a person, and or did influence or attempt to influence testimony at an official proceeding by threatening to kill or injure a person, and or did willfully impede, interfere with, prevent, or obstruct, or attempt to willfully impede, interfere with, prevent, or obstruct the ability of a witness to attend, testify, or provide information in an official proceeding by threatening to kill or injure a person. That is a felony punishable by 15 years and or $25,000 and $10,000 additional fine. Count 2, witness intimidating, committing a crime threatening to kill or injure. That you did discourage or attempt to discourage an individual from attending as a witness, testifying, or giving information at an official proceeding by threatening to kill or injure a person, and or did influence or attempt to influence testimony at an official proceeding by threatening to kill or injure a person, and or did willfully impede, interfere with, prevent, or obstruct, or attempt to willfully impede, interfere with, prevent, or obstruct the ability of a witness to attend, testify, or provide information in an official proceeding by threatening to kill or injure a person. This is a felony punishable by 15 years and or $25,000. A consecutive sentence may be imposed for any other conviction. Do you understand the charges and the possible penalties, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to have an attorney in this matter. If you cannot afford one, we can see if the public defender will represent you. You have the right to have a trial that can be by jury. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing will be used against you in court. You have the right to have an attorney present with you during any questioning by law enforcement. Do you understand these rights, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you requesting a public defender to assist you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, okay. And Mr. Hardy, you did the intake and submitted that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Blackwell, you have the right to have a preliminary examination. That's a hearing where the government must bring some evidence to demonstrate probable cause to believe these felonies occurred and probable cause to believe that you're the person who committed these felonies. You're first going to have a probable cause conference with me. That is scheduled for December 7 at 9 a.m. That's a day for you, your lawyer, and the prosecutor to make sure you have all the information and evidence you need to be ready for preliminary exam. The preliminary exam is scheduled for December 14 at 10 a.m. And that is the day we will have you in person because evidence and testimony may be presented at that time. You should have received a copy of a court notice from the jail. Mr. Blackwell, are you on probation or parole in any court?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Is the address they gave me for you?
No, ma'am, that's quite old.
Okay.
My new address would be
What's the city?
Hemlock.
I'm sorry, say it again, you cut out.
Hemlock. It's a funny spell. Hemlock. Hemlock. if I'm
Okay,
not
and what's the
mistaken.
zip there?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Google still weird that the zip code for that is 48626.
Okay. And what's a good phone number to reach you, sir?
989-245-9852.
All right, Mr. Hardy, would you like to be heard on bond?
So Mr. Blackwell is someone here who has not had any charges yet acknowledged concealed weapon from 6 to 7 years ago, as well as his prior operating while intoxicated before that. He also acknowledges his last failure to appear being roughly a decade ago. Regarding his financing, he had one child that was financing, and his additional one in Meadow Creek. So definitely someone that has deep ties to Michigan. Someone that's not really a risk at flight risk. So with the lack of any type of violent crimes, in addition to his ties to the community, we just request that we have this
I acknowledge he accurately reported his criminal history to you. But I will say that the affidavit of probable cause in this case regarding threats to murder witnesses in a homicide case are very, very serious. So I find that a personal recognizance bond at this time will not protect public safety. And it will be set at $30,000 cash surety. I gotta add a couple of people here to this list of no contact. All right, conditions of your release, Mr. Blackwell, of course, are that you must appear for all of your court dates. You have two with me, which I told you are December 7 and December 14. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission from the court. Do not commit crimes. Notify the court in writing if you change your address or telephone number. That is an obligation. You must notify us in writing if you change your address or telephone number. You must report to pretrial services the first business day following your release. You should receive a brochure there from the jail with a phone number. You can call them or you can go there, but you need to report your first business day following your release. Do not use alcohol, marijuana, or illegal controlled substances. Do not possess a firearm or a dangerous weapon. Do not engage in any assaultive, harassing, intimidating, stalking, or threatening behaviors while on bond. Specifically, do not assault, harass, intimidate, beat, molest, wound, or threaten Megan Dean, Deshaun Handsome Spiker, or Yusuf Abdikadir. You are not to have any contact with Megan Dean, Deshaun Handsome Spiker, Yusuf Abdikadir, Jessica Baum, and Eliana Jackson. No contact with any of these people whatsoever, not to cause a third party to have any contact with them. Further, you are not to be within 2,000 feet of where Megan Dean, Deshaun Hanson Spiker, and Yusuf Abdikadir live, work, or go to school. You violate an order of no contact, you could be arrested without a warrant. Your bond could be revoked. You could be in contempt of court, for which you could be sentenced to up to 93 days in jail and or $7,500 in fines, separate and apart from that which you already face. I'm also going to order a GPS tether because I think it's important for us to know that you're staying away from the people that I've ordered you to stay away from, but also that you're sticking around and not leaving the community. All right, you should know that the order of no contact applies even while you're in jail. So if you do contact any of the prohibited people while you are in jail, you would be in violation of the court order, subject to potentially contempt of court The penalties for contempt, as I mentioned, as well as loss of your telephone privileges, and the prosecution can use those calls against you. They make recordings of those calls. They listen to those calls. So remember that. And then, of course, as I said, if you're out of jail and you violate those orders, you're subject to being arrested, brought back to jail, and facing additional penalties. These orders about you, not about them. If these people, any of them, were reaching out to you, that they might do that, but if you respond in any way by text, phone call, meeting up with them, any sort of way, you could be in contempt of court. They do not have authority to grant you permission to violate this court order because it is in fact the court's order, not their order. Mr. Hardy, anything else for Mr. Blackwell? All right. All right, Mr. Blackwell. So as I said, those are the rules. That's the amount, and that includes a tether. You are all set.